Welcome back in, y'all. It's good to see you. Um, couldn't make a video last weekend, y'all, so I do apologize for that. I miss y'all, but I had a pressing issue at the time. My cows got out, so I had to play cowboy and go out and get those. By the time I got done, y'all, in this Texas heat, I was just whooped, so I was done. So that's the reason why I didn't have a video last week. Um, But little funny story about that is so we're sitting in the living room and doorbell rings. One of my neighbors says your cows are out. I said, oh my God. My wife just started going crazy. So me, I did what any good old wannabe cowboy would do is I ran out to the back. I grabbed two of my ropes, got them all ready because I was fixing to rope me some doggies, y'all. And they were out towards the front, according to the neighbor, out, towards the road. And my wife had went off to do her thing. By the time I got out there, just like the Pied Piper, y'all, she was leading them all back in with a big old bucket of grain. Um, and here I was thinking I was going to get out there and have some glorious roping moment where I could rope them doggies and bring them all in. Nope, not at all, y'all. Just like the Pied Piper, she was just leading them all back in with a big old bucket of grain and opened up the gates and let them all back in. Figured out how they got out and took care of that. But yeah, that's what happened there. A little bit of excitement here on my homestead. But we're here today and actually more prepared today than we would have been last week. Last week, as you'll recall, I was still working on Mr. Greg Tunnel's uh, church warden case. I have since finished that. Um, if you're watching, Greg, I know you're chomping at the bit. We're going to show it today and then we're going to get it out to you. But a lot of other things to talk about today, y'all. So I'm going to try to be as short as possible because I got a lot of content that I want to go ahead and shove into this one video. Um, got some really good show and tell today from a few, three of our viewers. Some of their stuff that they've made, um, and got some pictures of that, and then some things here up close and personal that we can look at. Some wonderful items and wonderful pictures from three viewers. But I got a pipe that I just finished with that new stem, and I want to show you that. Got a brand new blend, y'all. I normally don't review blends, and I'm probably not going to review it, but I'm going to give you my opinion of it, and maybe that's a review. I don't know. Either way, but so let's get this all started off. Um, like I said, I did get a new blend, and it is called Cajun Cake by Cornell and Deal. Now, of course, it's a vapor, um, and being Cajun Cake, meaning it would probably have some good old Louisiana Perique in there. That sounded interesting, so I went ahead and I took a chance on it. I haven't opened it up yet. I haven't even smelt it, so we're going to find out. Well, let's go ahead and read the back side here, the description. So it says, we start with naturally sweet red Virginias and add just the right touch of everyone's favorite Cajun spice, and that would be that Louisiana Perique. Then we press it together in an old-fashioned crumble cake, which deepens and marries the flavors. Well, I certainly hope so, Mr. Cornell, Mr. Deal. We're going to find out. But yeah, I definitely hope that the Perique is very pronounced. That would be my hopes. But let's go ahead and see what the tin note tells us. Get this guy opened up. Let's check out the date here. 05/16/23. So it's not too old. Got maybe a month and a half of age on it. So there you go. Nothing really gets the chance to age on my shelf, y'all. I smoke it up. But all right. Get her open. Get this guy looking. Look at it. All right. So it's just a normal cake, y'all, like you're normally used to seeing. Let's give it a smell. Hmm. It's got a nice sweet smell. You can smell the Virginias in there, that's for sure. Virginia seems to be a very dominant leaf, and I hope it doesn't take over the whole blend. But it's got a fresh hay smell. Kind of like fresh hay. I know all about hay, y'all. Um, hmm. A little tangy smell in there, if I can use that word. But don't smell much the preek. Maybe it's in there, y'all. I don't know. I certainly hope so. But we're going to go ahead, put some out here, and let it dry up a little bit. Because normally what I found, it's not actually not that moist. Most cakes are moister. Is that a word? Moister? They're more moist than most tobaccos, at least in my experience. Um, but let's take a little bit out of here. And let's go ahead and put it in my new tobacco valet. That's right, y'all. I made one. Let's get rid of this shake that I have in here right now. Just throw it away. And we're going to talk about this valet that I made, y'all. This is my first one I've ever made, so I didn't expect it to come out great, but I think it's fine for me. I don't have one, so um, now I do. But the one I make for y'all will definitely probably be a lot better um, than this one right here. Because every time I make something, y'all, I just keep getting better and better and better. If I fail, then I learn, and I fail, and I learn, and I continue on. And then each failure leads me towards a better outcome. But we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, it's a little moist, y'all. A little moist, just a little bit. Get her all done up. Now, let's go on. And I'm gonna talk about this new pipe that we're gonna load up. And I'm gonna try, like I said, and we're almost about 8 minutes into this video. I gotta watch the time, y'all. This video is gonna go long. And I know that, most people don't like long videos. But stick with me, y'all. Stick with me. So there's that nice little valet. We got some nicely filtered out Cajun cake right there. We'll let that dry for a moment. And we'll talk about this new pipe, y'all. This new pipe now I told you all, here it is. It's going to be hard for you to see the stem because of my green screen, and the stem is green, but I have pictures of it. Yeah, I had this half-finished pipe sitting on my desk for the longest time, and I finally decided, I got a hankering for a new pipe. I almost bought a new Peterson, but I thought, why should I do that when I can just finish this one up and possibly scratch that itch? And I hope I've done that. I might have saved myself $100. But went ahead, like I think I mentioned it before, and I ordered a nice nickel band for it, a nice nickel cap right here for it. And it's olive wood, slightly, just the slightest of rustication on it, y'all. But I really like the way it turned out. And I'm going to ask for y'all's opinion on whether or not, and actually, when you see the pictures, it'll be a lot better, but whether or not I should stain it, or should I just keep it in this bare bones looking, way it is right now. You guys let me know, because I'm half tempted to stain it green, kind of to match the stem. I do have some green stain, but let's get to some pictures real quick, y'all, and I'll show you all about this thing. Right here. All right, this is that stem I told you all that I had gotten that new material, that ebonite. And it turns a little different. For those of you that have turned acrylic stems or turned acrylic in general, for whatever reason, when it comes off, it kind of comes off, and then for the most part, it will just go off to the sides. This ebonite is a little softer than acrylic, I will say that. So I do expect to see probably some teeth marks eventually, because I don't like using those tip covers. It doesn't bother me because, hey, it's my pipe. I'll chew it up if I want to, right? But so this stuff right here, I turned it up, and it's supposed to be called green swirl, jade swirl. And by the time you get done, it actually looks like some wood. That was really green. It's very interesting. And I made it into a P-lip. Now, this is what I was talking about. As you're turning it, I know Mr. Glenn Moon, he's talked about turning, and well, we've seen his work. He turns stems, so he'll understand. So when this happens, it gets all up in your way, and you have to stop the machine, the lathe, clean off all the shavings, go back again. For the most part, on the acrylics, this doesn't really happen. It'll just kind of shoot off to the side. This stuff here kind of gathered up and, yeah, it gets all in your way. So that was frustrating. I noticed that was a little different. It is a softer material, so my blades just slashed right through it like butter. There it is again, and there is the pipe that I had been working on. As you can slightly tell, it's just got kind of like a small rustication. I'd say it looks like like the side of a walnut in a way. Hmm. But there you go. I put that right there so we could all see that. Now I went ahead and started sanding her down once I got it all turned down. And I was gonna, like I said, we're making this one into a P-lip. And as I was sanding this one, it really, as you can tell, put off a lot of debris all over the place, and it was definitely green, as you can tell from my fingers right there. And so there we go. After I got it drilled out, I was kind of widening the end of the P-lip right there with my special little Dremel here. And you can kind of see how this stem turned out now. So it almost looks like a wood grain in there. And it's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. It looks really nice. But let's go to the next one here. Same picture there. So there you can see it there. I haven't bent it yet. And she's almost done. I just had to shine her up and get her bent right there, but looks really good. Now you can kind of see some of that rustication in this pipe here. Now I got to be honest, y'all, that happened kind of by accident. So for this tool that y'all see right here, I have a small, you can kind of see a piece of it right here, but there's a small attachment that comes with like a barrel with sandpaper on it. And so as I was shaping this thing out after I had cut a lot of the bulk away from the pipe, I noticed as I was using a very coarse grit barrel sander that it started leaving these marks. And I thought, that's really interesting. And so I started playing with the marks, playing with the way it all flowed. And when I got done, I figured if I don't like it, I can just go ahead and sand it out and make her smooth or whatever I want to do. But I liked it. It really added some light character to it. And I like it. I like it a lot. But that's how that worked out. Let's go to the next one. So, two birds with one stone right here, y'all. So there's the pipe when I got done. Kind of messed up with some of the epoxy right here, y'all. You can see that. That's fine. I'll deal with that sometime. But, and there's that stem. You can tell it kind of looks like a little wood grain there in the P-lip there. P-lip clinches real nice. That's real good. Now, what you're seeing right here, y'all, this is a wood spirit. This was done up by one of our viewers. His name is Steve Roberts. He's from Canada. Our brother there, up above us there in Canada. And he carves wood spirits. And so we did a little trade out. I made him a stem, and he made me a wood spirit tamper. Now, the cool thing about this is, wonderful job he did, y'all. But he tried to kind of make it look like me in a way. Grab the essence, I suppose. So as you can see there, he's got a little hat on, little cowboy hat. And it's basically a wood spirit with the beard down here and all that good stuff. And I have been using it because nothing sits on my shelves and look pretty, y'all. I pull it down, I use it. So normally, you would probably want to set this up and leave it as a nice little piece of artwork. No, that went right in the pipe. I started using it, and I'll show you, y'all. But so two birds, one stone. There's the pipe I finished. I really like it. We'll get her going here in a minute, packed up. And also Mr. Stephen Roberts with his wonderful wood spirit tamper. Now he carves all kinds of wood spirits and stuff like that. Look for his channel on YouTube. I believe it's Stephen Roberts. Oh, y'all, I apologize, Mr. Steve. Maybe he'll chime in and tell y'all in the comments how to get to his channel. I subscribed. I could probably go find it real quick, but like I said, we're running out of time. Anyway, so wonderful item there from Mr. Steve Roberts. And let's get back to the main screen. And we're going to go ahead and now this tobacco should be got the nice dryness going on there, not too dry. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and pack it up, and we're going to see how this new Cajun Cake Vapor tastes in this new pipe. Now, I did already smoke one bowl through it, kind of had to, just to get it pre-going. And just so you know, too, something interesting that I learned, I don't know how many pipes back. I was watching one pipe builder, and he was saying one thing he does is he takes, if you're going to be smoking a sweeter tobacco, which I don't smoke aromatics, but he said, take and pre-flavor your bowl with some honey or molasses or whatever. Let it soak into the wood a little bit, and it kind of caramelizes just a little bit while you're, got her lit up and hot. And it kind of coats the inner part of your bowl there with, for lack of a better term, a sweetener. And it's supposed to possibly, help the profile of the tobacco you're smoking. Who knows? I don't know. I've done it to a number of pipes, and I can't say that it does anything great, and I can't say that it does anything bad. But I do like the way that it coats the inner portion of the bowl and kind of helps in the break-in period of a brand new pipe if it's not been carbonized like this one. But let's go ahead and get her all. Well, anyways, y'all, I used honey. I didn't have any molasses. I probably would have liked to use molasses, but I use honey. And coated that bowl, let it sit overnight. And then today, when I lit up its first bowl, you could taste a tiny bit, just the smallest hint. That's fine. It'll probably fade out, though, is my experience. Over time, it'll fade out a little bit. So we get this guy all nice and packed up. Nice pack. About 3/4 of the way, leaving about a 1/4 inch from the top of the bowl right there. All right, y'all, let's get this new Cajun cake lit up and see how she does in the new pipe. There you go, Stevie. You're using your tamper. Hmm. Well, we'll have to find out. Definitely the Virginias are there, y'all. They're there. And I'm not a big Virginia guy. I'll smoke them, but I don't really, you know, crave a Virginia, that's for sure. The only thing that I was hoping is that the Perique would be a little stronger in this blend. And so far, it's not. Nice draw on this pipe, too. Stem works out really well. Nice draw. Yeah, okay, so the perique is in there. It's way in the back. It's very subtle. Um, like I said, Virginias, to me, in my opinion, are a very dominant leaf, and they take over practically almost any blend, except for, I suppose, put a decent amount of Latakia in there. That would definitely take over anything too. But Virginias take over most of the flavor profile in this blend. Now that may change as I get, down the bowl, and we'll find out. But it's a good vapor, y'all. It's a good vapor. Especially if you like the cakes. I like the cakes. Now, of course, because of Shanae's cake, I've become very fond of the cakes when it comes to tobacco. Uh, yeah, good stuff. But let's get on. It's a vapor, y'all. It's a vapor. I'm sorry, I ain't got much more to say about it, but it's just a vapor. Uh, it's fine. Let's get on. And I have some things to show to you from two more of our viewers before we end up with Mr. Greg Tunnel's case. Um, and let's get to those right now. Now, a little pre-story. I had sent Mr. Glenn Moon, I sent his wife that pink stem. If y'all recall, I had made a stem. I thought it would turn out kind of purplish, and it didn't. It turned out majority of it was pink. And so the only lady I know that watches my channel would be Mrs. Glenn Moon, Hope Moon. And so I thought, there's at least a lady that would possibly want a pink stem. And sure enough, she did. And sure enough, it was her birthday on the day that I had offered it. So that was good stuff. I was able to give her a present, and I didn't even know it. But I sent that to her along with, and I thought if I'm going to send that to her, I need to send a little something to Mr. Moon too. And Mr. Moon's been watching the channel for quite some time, and he enters every giveaway that I get into, and he is yet to win. And I sat down and I whipped up a nice little pipe wrap for him, embroidered his name on it. I should have taken pictures, y'all. I should have, but I didn't. It was kind of a rush deal. And I sent it all to him. Well, he turned right back around and decided to send something and reciprocate. And I definitely appreciate it. And it's just a wonderful item, y'all. And I got some pictures of it. And we're going to show you those pictures of Mr. Glenn Moon's work. We've already seen some of his pipe work. Now we're going to see this new pipe rack that he made for me. And it's just a wonderful rack, y'all. Let me show you. He also gave me 2 jars of tobaccos that he quite didn't like. And one of them I think y'all will recognize. There you go. So look at this Lazy Susan, y'all. We had seen some of his work prior, in a couple of videos back, I believe. So he turned around and made me a Lazy Susan pipe rack to send to me. Just wonderful, y'all. I was blown away. I did not expect this. It was a big surprise. Just wonderful. Andy also included some Shanae's cake right there. That was the icing on top of the cake right there. And another one called, I forget, this one here is called Sunset something. It's, do I have it here? No, it's in the front room. But sent me 2 jars. So wonderful there. And this pipe rack turned out great. I mean, it's a Lazy Susan. I wish I had it here to show it to y'all, but it's in the front room. Let's go to, let me show right here. So there it is. It's right underneath my TV. There's a kind of a little stand right here. I got my old little pipe rack sitting right here, and the brand new Lazy Susan pipe rack sitting right here, right there underneath the TV. Real easy for me to grab everything. I just love it. My wife said, why don't we put it there instead of up on the mantle? Because for one reason, the lazy Susan wasn't going to fit on top of my shallow mantle. So I was very happy to see it right here. Just a wonderful, wonderful item, y'all. I really did appreciate it. And like I said, I was surprised and didn't expect it at all. So I was very happy to see that. Um, let's get back into here. Now, another one. Once again, thank you, Mr. Glenn Moon. I do definitely appreciate it. I hope you and your wife are doing well, and your wife's enjoying that stem, and you're enjoying that wrap. I do appreciate it. Now we have Mr. Mark Cox. Now we've shown Mr. Mark Cox. We've shown his work before, and Mr. Mark has just been really busy lately, y'all. Really busy. He emailed me, I think 3 different occasions here within the last week and a half or 2 weeks between last video, with some items that he's made. Just wonderful items, y'all. Now, do understand that Mr. Mark Cox, he's open to making any of these things you see for y'all. You can just probably grab him down in the comments if you'd like something, and he's willing to make it for you. Y'all can, discuss things or emails amongst yourselves at that point. But just some wonderful items here, y'all. Let's get into them right now, and I'll show you those. So something I had thought about doing, y'all, was making a leather case for a Bic lighter. Well, we've all seen them. We've all seen them. These are Mr. Mark Cox. And he's got a black one here and a white one. And if you look closely, he has an etching of Sherlock Holmes. And let's see if we can get in here a little closer. Yeah. So it's an etching of Sherlock Holmes in a pipe right here. Very fitting, very nice on some white dyed leather. And I asked him, I said, how do you do that? That's awesome. So he uses a laser etcher to do things like this. Just wonderful, y'all. Like I said, Mr. Mark has been very busy. Wonderful, their pipe lighter cases, Bic lighters, right there. And let's go on to the next one. A nice little pipe wrap here with some backwoods codger tobacco right there and a pipe in it. And he's got his little stamp right here too, y'all. You can all see that. There's Mr. Mark Cox out of Oklahoma. So wonderful work, just wonderful work. All hand stitched, all hand sewn. And what I do like about this, and you'll see it in a moment, is he left the edge of this leather kind of unfinished. And it adds a lot of character to this wrap. Let's go back. Wait. Okay. Something happened here. All right. My computer screwed up for just a moment. Let's go back and find Mr. Mark Cox. Okay, right here. All right. So, like I said, here's that one wrap right here. He left it all unfinished. And it adds a lot of character to the wrap itself. And then he's got 2 others here. One, they're both laser etched. It looks like a nautical star underneath this one right here. And of course, the one we've seen on the Bic lighter, which is Sherlock Holmes in a pipe right there, all laser etched in, all hand sewn. Wonderful, wonderful work there, y'all. Just wonderful work. And then, so he tells me the backstory on this one here. He says he has a peach tree and some dead limbs, dead pieces fall down. That happens in my house all the time, y'all. But he decided to take this peach tree wood and make some pipes out of it. Look at this. So can you imagine Mr. Mark's just walking out in the back and, oh, look at there, I got some peach wood, fell down. Think I'll make some pipes. Yeah, and he did. Look at there. So he made 1, 2, 3, 4 pipes here, y'all, with wooden stems. Or what kind of stems are those? I almost want to think they look like bamboo. Could be. Could very well be. But so you got at least Peach Bowls, that's for sure. So Peachwood Bowls made his own pipes. Look at that. I'm sure if y'all were interested, Mr. Mark Cox would possibly part ways with one of those. But some more work here from Mr. Mark Cox again. Another pipe wrap here. This looks like possibly the one he uses on a daily basis, as you can tell. He's got it all loaded up, ready to go. And there it is, closed up and buckled up. With, of course, his little logo down here, Mr. Mark Cox from Oklahoma. Nice black leather case there. Now here's a nice pipe stand for his country gentleman. And if y'all recall, there is the stem that I made for him right there. That's that burgundy and yellow. That's a wonderful stem. He made a nice little holder here for his pipe rest. So that's good stuff also. Here's one of my favorites, y'all. Like I said, Mr. Mark Cox has been busy, y'all. He has this nice church warden, basically Lord of the Rings style, and made also a pipe rest for it. A wonderful pipe rest. Look at this thing. And he laser etched on it also. So just look at that. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? I wonder if he laser etched the pipe. I did not ask him about that. So in the Lord of the Rings style situation right there, y'all. Look at that. Just wonderful stuff there from Mr. Mark Cox out of Oklahoma. Like I said, y'all, if you seen something that you think that he could make for you, hit him up in the comments, y'all. If you look for David Mark Cox, Mark David, something to that effect, you'll see him in the comments. Hit him up there, and y'all can talk. But anyways, just a lot of wonderful, busy work from Mr. Mark Cox. Don't forget, we've seen some stuff there from Mr. Glenn Moon and Stevie Roberts from Canada, the wonderful tamper that he made for me there. Everybody, thank you for sending your photos, and thank you for the gifts that were given. I do appreciate them, and I love them. It's wonderful, y'all. So let's get on back to the main screen, and I'll go ahead, and I need to go ahead and set up. I'm sure that Mr. Greg Tunnel, if you're watching, you're chomping at the bit, and you're wanting to see your pipe case. Like I said, it is done. As done as can be. Now, like I said, this pipe case took a little while because I had to do a lot of R&D on it and figure things out. And between conversations between myself and Mr. Greg, but we're finally done. I think but from the time he asked about it till the time I finally have finished it, I'd say it's probably been about 2-3 months. He spent a couple months asking about it. We talked about it. And then I finally pulled the trigger and started on it. It took me, I'd say, about a month to finish this thing. Or maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, either way. And I really wanted to get it finished so I could get onto this pipe and do some other things. But we got it finished. We're going to show you it. We're going to go ahead and remind you of some pictures here. We're 30 minutes into this video, y'all. I do apologize. But let's get back in here. So for those of you that remember, this is, we'll basically show you. This is that church warden pipe case that we made for him. Let's speed through these ideas of things that we were doing here for it. Where we were going to put the lighter pocket. I foregoed the area for a tin of tobacco, and I'll tell you why. But there is a better picture there. Whoa. Okay, that of course is Mr. Glenn Moon's project. Here we go. Here's another one. Now I did go ahead on the inside of this, and I used Obanoff's leather oil and oiled up the whole inside of this thing, this pure leather, after it was stained. He's gonna be able to put two church wardens in here, and on the top side, do we have a picture? Let's see. On the top side here, he can put his church warden pipe cleaners. They're very long, 12-inch pipe cleaners, not like your normal pipe cleaner. Because you got a church warden, got to run the length of that stem. So this area up in here will hold his church warden pipe cleaners, his pipe lighter area over here, the church warden's here, and then of course where he can hold his jar of tobacco. He wanted a place to hold a jar. Now, if he wants to put a tin of tobacco, he can just throw it in there. That's fine. He also had talked about putting other things in here before he hits the road, and he'll be able to do that. He can stuff this thing as tight as he wants. Like he said, he's never met a garage that he hasn't filled up. And is that not the truth, y'all? You don't want to see my garage. Um, walking room only, I figure. But yeah, and then just real quick, this is of course I made that tobacco valet, and there it is. I chose to pinch the sides and wet mold it right there. But when we get on to making one for y'all, I'll probably use snaps. That way it can lay flat and ship flat, and then you can snap it into place. But that's that 7/9 ounce leather, very thick leather. But let's get back to the front of the screen here, and we will go ahead and show you Mr. Greg Tunnell's finished product, and get that sent out to him. So here it is. It's rather large, y'all, and it sure smells great. But like I said, two church wardens, jar of tobacco, all the stuff. He said he was going to put his little tripod for his phone and everything in here when he travels, things of that nature. He'll have enough room to do all that in here. It's the size of a small trumpet case, y'all, basically. Yeah. Um, So zippers, I got, he did choose, I know we had said the brown zipper, but he chose to go. That's one thing Mr. Greg Tunnell is good at, is changing his mind. First he went with brown zipper, then he came back and said, no, let's do the black zipper. So that's what we did. The black zipper, I did put pulls on both sides, so he can choose to pull it from both sides. I did go ahead after I glued, and I put rivets all the way around this thing just to kind of help keep that leather glued to the inner interior of the insert. I did put a handle on it, and the handle just simply unsnaps like this, and then he can take and unzip it, unzip all the way around, and then fold it open. And there she is, right there, looking really good. Now, I did go ahead and I stamped up in here the tunnel take, of course. And like I said, right here will be his church warden pipe cleaners, and area right here for his pipe lighter with an extra bungee right here to hold down, because he's got like 3 or 4 different lighters that he uses. So I need to be able to make this holder to accommodate any of the lighters that he was going to take with him, of course, on that day. Then there is the bottom section right there. All of his church wardens will fit in this way, whatever, and they'll be held down with these bungee cords also. And then right here is where he can unsnap, put himself a jar of tobacco right there, and then snap it back down in place, and that will hold his jar of tobacco. and then stuff whatever else he decides to stuff in there before he hits the road. But that is Mr. Greg Tunnel's pipe case, the long-awaited case that he's been waiting for. I'm certainly glad that I was able to finish it, get it done for him, and we'll get that out to you real quick here, Mr. Tunnel. But I know I've taken up a lot of y'all's time. If y'all have stuck around till the very end, I do appreciate you as always. We're gonna get back into making a giveaway for next week. Probably the tobacco valet, y'all. And one last question for those of you that have stuck around: do you think I should take and stain this pipe or not? Should I leave it just bare, or should I stain it? What do you think? Let me know, y'all. I do appreciate your opinions. Once again, thank you to the 3 viewers that sent me stuff, pictures and items. I appreciate you as always. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in today. Take care of yourselves, and until next week, y'all, we'll see you.